Hello tacticians, in this video we are going to look at the upcoming Steel and Ruin event where we are going to take our Chaos characters up against the might of the Adeptus Mechanicus. As always, thank you to everyone who supports the channel, whether it's through subscribing or use my friend code, as it really does help me out. And as a quick note, my guild is currently recruiting, and for more information on that, see the end of the video. So let's have a look to see what they've got in store for us this time. As always, as you go in, it's going to give you information about the survival battles, where you have to collect the event points, which you then convert into cogs, which then gives you access to the chests. If you look into the chests, you'll see that every single one has shards for nauseous rot bone, along with badges and of course equipment to upgrade all of your characters, specifically your chaos ones. And at the very end, at tier 30, there is a theme for you to collect if you indeed like those things. As always, there are missions that you can do to help you gain those much needed cogs and of course upgrade the featured character, Nauseous Rotbone's health and damage for this mission. And of course there is a leaderboard to try and get some extra points along the way. And as always, if you are so inclined, there are indeed offers for you to purchase. And we actually get some freebies along the way as well. When you choose to start playing the battle, you'll be able to see the wave summary. And as you can see, we start off fighting the Skitarii Vanguard and the Electro Priests, who still have that resilient trait. And as you go through, you can see that the ability to reactivate your power-ups is available in this survival mode, which personally I think is a welcome return. As you go through the waves, and obviously as you go up through the ranks, you'll start coming across other enemies such as the Jump Pack Intercessors, who I would believe are going to just fly on to the battlefield wherever they wish. And it's not until we get to wave 13 where we start coming across the characters that we collect, and we start by facing up against Tangida and Actus. On wave 14, that's when Vitruvius, X-Ro, and Sygex start joining in the midst, and on wave 15 we're going to get 12 Diamond 3 Electro Priests. As with all other survival modes, the key point if you're trying to maximise, apart from obviously getting as high as you can on the leaderboard, is making sure that you collect these 3 legendary XP books, which really do add up across the course of the survival event. So let's jump in, let's see what the map's like, and let's see how it can play out. So here is the map, and I've had 1 or 2 goes to try and familiarise myself with what's going on, and I think this sort of setup is quite good. You've got Khan, obviously as damage dealer, you've got Rask, who can obviously put shields on people, and I've got a newfound respect for him because of those shields. Ahriman is actually quite important early on because of his Psychic Stalk, which means those enemies on fire hexes will take additional damage if they take flame or psychic damage, which is really nice to have. It means you can almost certainly kill them off. And Abraxas is absolutely amazing because of that ability to reactivate the active ability, which means you can summon in time and time again. So let's see how well I do this time. So we'll start with Khan to go up here and kill off 2. It's very handy like that. And we'll kill off the one on this one, because we don't want them having the high ground. Ahriman will roast the one down here, and we'll see if we can kill this one off as well. We can't get to the last one, so we'll leave him where he is. He shoots at Khan, who goes and murders him. And this is where one of the important things comes in, skipping turns. As you can see, all my characters are now eligible to move, and I could pick up the reinforcement. However, the point is, if I move and then end my turn, Khan will then take that chance to hit one of my guys. So you can use the trigger the next wave now, and if you do it early enough, you get more points. It's 400 points for every turn that you miss. So we're going to do that now, and in come the enemy. Now you can see Khan is getting a bit of a beating, so we'll kill this guy first. Or not, of course, because I should have remembered he's an Electro Priest and of course has the resilient trait. But that Fire Hex should kill him in his turn. And we'll just attack as normal. So I've got a choice. I can either bring Khan back, which I think is what I'm going to do to attack this one over here. So that means I can put Nauseous between the two and heal Khan up. Finally, Khan can go over here to kill this one. And again, everything comes back. Now, I've got 4 of my characters remaining to do something, so I've got the choice. And I think because the melee hit is down here, we'll start sending Rask down, as he would benefit from that, as would Khan. But Khan's kind of hard to control, as he will go and run after the enemy as and when they appear. And of course, don't forget to heal. And I think I'll just pick this up. Ooh, and use his AoE. Not quite killing that one. So let's make sure that one dies. And let's hopefully leave that power up for me to pick up. Heal up. And pick up the shield power-ups. And that's going to make sure he dies. So we're going to pick up the attacks with Rask. And I could bring in the summons at this point, but I don't think I'll get enough. So I'll just hit him in combat and set the place on fire. And in fact, we should kill him off as well. So we raise up to uncommon, just in time for the enemy to come in at the uncommon. Should have kept a closer eye on that. It's something you really don't want to happen, as if you're at the lower rank and they come in, you are going to lose characters. And at this point, I think we're good to bring in a couple of summons. And by moving Ahriman up, we can attack these two as well. Not killing one, which is a shame, because I should have targeted the one down here, as that would have reactivated his active ability. Ahriman will pick up the damage power-up. Again, it can be very useful for Khan or Rask to pick that up, but I'm trying to spread them around. And I'll pick up the reinforcements, and we'll start moving Abraxas over here. And of course, heal up. And unfortunately, that Screamer gets to reactivate his ability, which is a bit of a shame, but hopefully we'll be getting another one soon when we clear up all of these. And there it is. So we'll pick that up in the next couple of turns, but obviously make sure, as always, everyone is healed up. Abraxas can pick up the reactivation of his ability. And we'll send Rask up to attack him. And again, because of everything's placement, this is a great time to take stock. What have I got here? What do I need to do? The answer is not much, so let's skip and trigger the next wave. Unfortunately, I did lose that. Maybe I should have moved in to pick it up. And here is our first Intercessor arriving on the battlefield in the middle, along with 2 more of his buddies. However, what we should be able to do is summon and kill them all. We're not adjacent here. Okay. That's a shame, isn't it? If I go here and use his AoE, yeah, didn't bring it in. That was a bit of a shame, but never mind. And not killing that guy with all of Rask's attacks is a bit of an issue, as, to be honest, we would have done well with that additional shield. So maybe Rask isn't the best one to bring in. As you can see, the enemy targets all our summons first. And I guess there is a downside to the summons, as sometimes they will pick up things that you'd rather they didn't. And let's finish off the last 2, so we go up to Epic. So, because Khan is the only one who's not yet moved, I'm just going to end the turn as normal and let the enemy come in. We'll kill this one, as well as this one. And if we move Khan up first, and Rask comes down, it means those two are adjacent, and we're going to get the shield off for all three of these up here. Khan can then kill off one of these, and the other one stays alive. And as you see, that shield coming in very useful, just to keep the pressure off Rotbone, and he can probably heal up whoever he needs to. So now I'm thinking Rask is a good idea, so obviously the choice is yours. And again, let's keep these three shielded. And here we go again. There is that ability to get our active ability back, and the health power-up. Now that, I think, is going to go to Khan. He's going to be needing it a little bit later. The problem is I have to get him down there first. So I'm going to send Ahriman back up. Send Khan across. And let's make sure this one dies. But we definitely need to heal Ahriman. So Khan can now get that health power up, which he needs. And Abraxas is going to pick up this power up. The problem is they're going to come in from this hex, and he could be in danger. So we're going to move Nauseous down as well and heal Abraxas, as that means he's going to be next to Nauseous. So a slight chance of him being resurrected if, or maybe even when, he does die. Put Ahriman up and bring down Rask to kill this, to shield them both. And there is the first death. Bit of a shame. Rask was doing a fairly decent job. I'm now going to bring in Malladus, who is immediately going to step on the bomb to see what damage he can do. Ahriman will follow up with his AoE. I think Nauseous needs to go and heal Ahriman. We have time, so we're going to kill him. And we're going to kill both of these as well. So Khan's going to get the health power up. And we will heal Ahriman. And I'm going to send Malladus down, as I want him to pick this up. But let's make sure this one is dead, as that increases our rarity. And we're now ready for the diamond waves to come in. And a very useful power-up over here. If I can get Rotbone over, we can get another one of his AoE heals, or maybe Abraxas for his summons instead, if he's alive. Or maybe, just maybe, I could even use it for Khan's Kill, Maim, Burn. And we'll just finish that one off. I think we're going to start focusing on heals. But you know what? Where is the fun in that when instead we could summon in some screamers instead? And unfortunately, I should have picked that up, as you can see that Blue Horror also died after picking up that ability. Now, I've completed the 11th wave, which means I would be getting those very precious XP books. And it's at this point, everything is uncapped. So if you can get to here and you've got Diamond 3 characters, this is where things might become easier for a bit until you get to that wave at 14 and 15. Unfortunately for me, I've only got a couple of Diamond 1s, and I'll just have to see how well I can do. However, at this point in the survival mission, things are starting to go very badly for me. I have lost control of making sure all the enemies are kept to a minimum, and I'm really struggling to get those kills. But you've got to try and kill as many as you can, because obviously that increases the number of points you get and therefore gets you higher on the leaderboard. And this is wave 13. Here you can see we've got Actus at the top and Tangida here on the right. Both of these guys need to die very quickly or they're going to cause huge amounts of problems for me. So I'm going to go across, reactivate the power up, and start summoning in those troops again. And I was hoping that I'd clear some of these so I could get a clear line into Actus, but unfortunately it didn't go my way. What we'll do, we're going to send Khan down to kill off Tangida. And I think we'll use Doombolt again with Ayman, which will summon in a couple more for us here. I'm going to heal up Rotbone. There is a chance that should Ayman die, he'll get back up thanks to Rotbone, so I think that's the best call to do. And as you can see, my summons are getting beaten up, which I would prefer rather than my main characters, and Rotbone not doing his job there, but let's bring in... Well, I'm going to bring in Angrax. He, for me, is better than Typhus, but I was wondering if Typhus could be a good call because of how they're bunched up. However, I think this is the beginning of the end for me, so we'll just carry on to see how far I can actually get. And make sure when you are playing, keep an eye on this Machine Vengeance, as it does increase the amount of damage that they do. And I've got two here that both need to die, so if I place Khan here, hopefully he'll take care of both of them for me. However, it has given that same level of Machine Vengeance to the third one. And we're now on wave 14. This is where we get Vitruvius coming in. Good grief. Sygex coming in, doing a huge amount of damage with those two shots of him, nearly killing off Angrax. And we should have, here he is, extra row up here. So I think this time I will bring in Typhus. And I want to see where wave 13 is. Is there any way that I can kill off all of these? I don't think I can, so I'm not going to get a massive score, but let's see what score I do end up with. Got to make sure you kill off extra row. He is just going to ruin everyone's day otherwise. And I guess I'm going to see how well this Plague Breath does. Maybe I should level that up a bit. And again, I think I'm going to heal up Rotbone as well. And at this point, I'm completely outnumbered and you can see my characters getting picked off. And as you can see, I haven't really got anyone who's going to be worth anything. And future Nox here, just to point out that reroll is something I should have used. The first one is free, as you can see, and I could have chosen from better characters than the three I'm about to. So let's just bring in Archimatos. And maybe Ascor will work, but I don't think he will. So let's kill him off, and hopefully kill off the Tech Priest as well, and heal up. Now, purely because there's a chance that it might keep someone alive for another turn, I'll use Ascor's Taunt, and let's put some blood letters around Sygex. Alas, he didn't survive. And they're still in the wrong place for me to kill off wave 13, so it's now the last few bits of damage that I can get in. So I'm not even going to bother to heal, I'm just going to try and kill them off. Rotbone really coming in clutch there, but unfortunately these Diamond 3 Electro Priests just deleted my units. I can't kill anyone, so I'll just give him a poke, and the game is over. However, for my roster, which is majoritively a maximum of Diamond 1. I think I've got Khan to Diamond 2. I'm very happy with how I've done. This was my second attempt at the map. The first one went very badly indeed. So I hope this has given you an idea of what to expect and maybe give you an idea of a better lineup than what I started with. If you like these videos, then it would be much appreciated if you at least think about using my friend code, as it really does help me out. Or if you or your guilds are looking for a new home, please reach out to any of the guilds shown, as we'll always welcome new people into our midst. As always, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll be seeing you on the battlefield.